starting.
How I can make it where, like when I'm live, that's why I want to use the StreamYard.
Yes,
That way,
you're
I get
using
on it.
StreamYard already?
No, I haven't. I'm
Okay,
working on it.
you will. I'm gonna hook you up. Blessings, benevolence, fam, benevolence, fam, benevolence, loved ones. Yeah, we are mashing the place up right now. Um, okay, so good.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh,
So
give thanks, gratitude. We already going live. We already live. Gratitude. Give thanks. It's love every time.
gratitude.
Yeah, fam. So give thanks. Matching the place up. It's us. It's the Delphi priestess. She is vibrating in the place. She is vibrating in the virtual reality through the.
What we're doing is
Oh yeah, we mixing this. We bringing the mix. Oh yeah, that's what we do. It's David Dimitri. We live in color. We keep dropping these jewels for your consciousness, because that's what we do. I'm David Dimitri. You are live in color, and that's the way it's always gonna be. We're here with Delphi Priestess, Benevolence. This content will be available for you coming within the next few weeks. We're gonna have not just this live stream, but multiple live streams that we vibrate this consciousness. We're gonna have those pre-produced onto both of our YouTubes, the Delphi Priestess and me, David Dimitri, live in color, and the Original World Union. Those are the YouTube channels for you to get to this level of consciousness. You see me?
Yes.
That's what we doing, y'all. So yeah, it's love every time. We are live and direct, and we're going into it. This awareness that she brought to my awareness that we need to vibrate to y'all about connecting with the spiritual world. What's the spiritual world? This is a microphone. It's physical. Benevolent Alley Cat _B is in the vibrating through the Instagram Gratitude Queen. We are here, and let me just share something with y'all. She said we have to connect with the spiritual realm. Priestess Delphi did, and she said we need to manifest to y'all about that. And I said, hold on, isn't that something we all doing? She said something to me that could be best put in words for me is conscious competence. You want conscious competence of such. I said, well, don't we just do that? And back to what the other sister that was interviewed on David Dimitri Live in Color a week and a half ago, cutting out and blocking out the outer world is what Sister Delphi Priestess reminded me. And she said, we have to go within. I'm like, but how do we do that with this world and the circumstances and the challenges and the expectations that we're in? And she says, that's the challenge. Why do we keep going in on these specific type of levels? Because we got to keep we're trying to challenge y'all to focus on your basics because you're so caught up with scrolling and streaming and worried about the future and dwelling on the past. And you say, no, I don't. Yes, you do, because we all do it subconsciously, no matter who we are. And so I want to drop one thing, and then we're going to let Delphi Priestess Tate be the sole controller. Let me drop this for y'all.
Life itself is also a complete fabrication and an immense illusion. A lie based on previous lies, multiplied by yet more lies, does not foster truth.
Now, Queen Delphi Priestess take control, sole controller.
All right. Hi, everybody. I don't know where to start, but the best way to connect consciously to the spirit realm is meditation. Meditation, yoga, tantra. The spirit realm is all around you. It's almost like John Smith and Pocahontas when Pocahontas tells John Smith, the spirits are all around you. You know, the trees, the birds, the bees, the ocean. It's all around you. Spirit is here now. You are spirit, but we're not conscious. That means we're not connected to spirit. And that's why we're at a disadvantage at times. You know, I'm talking about most people that are not connected. There are people that are connected innately, connected in the sense that they're consciously aware of the connection to water. Most people just think water is inanimate or the bird is inanimate. But I talk to the people, they're conscious. I see them as a consciousness. I don't just see them as a bird. I can't. Because as the ego, I've been programmed to believe the bird is just a bird. But the consciousness of the bird is to me.
Yeah.
So the best way I would say is get accustomed to a spiritual practice that brings you to meditation. Because meditation could look like many different things to different people. For me, meditation is the old-fashioned close your eyes, get in. That's for me.
Okay.
Some people dance is meditation for them. They see outside of the body, astral projecting. Meanwhile, their body, you see them dancing for hours.
Yeah.
Like, they're somewhere else. Playing the violin for hours.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? You're in meditation. Whereas for me, if you see me sitting down for hours, I'm somewhere else. The goal is to ascend. This whole thing, ascension. Ascension means to rise. Rise in awareness of consciousness. Be able to dematerialize, rematerialize the physical form. Today I was attacked spiritually and physically by the community. I mean, because they understand I come with a certain power.
Yeah.
When I come into a state, a town, respectfully, because that's what I am, a goddess. So there's struggle in power.
Yeah.
There are lots of cars behind me, ready to come at me.
Yeah.
But I switched the paradigm. So now my goal is to connect with that ability to switch the paradigm consciously. So my higher self is able to switch the paradigm.
Yeah.
So they don't know that I've been through these type of wars in California.
Yeah.
When I come down here, I'm not immune to certain level of donkey spiritual warfare. They were getting ready to like, you name it. I called it
Mm.
the old Southern fashion lynching.
Say again.
The old fashioned Southern fashion lynching. But
Woo.
not through the not for the cause necessarily for race,
Mm.
but
Mm.
because of power.
Yeah, yeah,
I come in with a lot of spiritual power.
yeah.
And in the spiritual realm dictates the physical realm.
Mm.
That's why you have to understand you are not just a physical body.
Mm.
Nobody could come for you, even if they
Mm.
thought you had beef, because they'll come to you and won't see you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of magic you want to be on consciously.
Woo. Magic.
Meditation. That's connection with the spirit, what we're calling the spiritual realm, the unseen realm.
Mm.
You know, there's so many names for the physical realm. What we're
Mm.
calling the dream realm, the matrix,
Mm.
the
Mm.
illusion, the Maya,
Mm.
the the
Mm.
simulation,
That's this
whatever you
realm.
want to
That's
call
this
it.
physical realm
That's this
outside of
so-called
our physical
physical
body.
realm. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we need to learn how to control the illusion. We need to learn how to be able to
Mm.
control the matrix, what we're calling
Mm.
physical, the Maya. When
Mm.
someone puts a gun to you, they can't eat the gun. You could either do one or the other. You could be savage and have them turn the gun on themselves,
Mm-hmm.
or you could be peaceful and just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying the worst case scenarios because physically, I've been in those kind of positions.
Yeah.
They said to literally kill me,
Mm.
and I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
But initially, when it happened, Spirit just told me meditate, breathe,
Mm.
breathe, 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 and I was gone because I was not used to being attacked physically like that.
Mm.
So it sounds like, what is she talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's the heavy work of ascension that I deal with.
Yeah.
So that's what that means.
Okay.
That nobody can touch you, period. So you know how to
Mm.
manipulate the illusion. You know how to manipulate the physical realm, the Maya, the simulation,
Mm.
all these names for the same
Mm.
thing, but nobody know how to do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So Rastas meditate by smoking a herb and carrying out to the world, blocking out Babylon's vibrations and consciousness. The Buddhists might
I talk to a lot of Rastas.
give
Mad
thanks.
love. Rastafari. More fire, more fire.
Gratitude, give thanks. The Buddhists, they do their meditation through relaxing themselves, do some martial arts training and yoga, then still their heart and minds and close their eyes and meditate sometimes. And they call it the bardos in the Tibetan language. The different levels of your consciousness. You want to ascend to the higher consciousness, according to the Buddhas and whatnot. And they have more of a conscious competence toward it culturally, whereas a Rasta could be going to levels that even the Buddhists can't, but they wouldn't describe it to you. They would teach you how to love one another and how to care for one another. This is the goals of the Rasta. And then if you, in their personal, and they do it through a form of music, so the music also becomes a form of meditation for Rastafarians. Just like the American natives play those drums, The Africans play the drums, the Mayans play the drums, and it, so many drummers outside is creating an ambience, a vibration, and the sisters and children start chanting, singing together, harmonies. The men start doing mantra speaking and sayings, and you get this vibration going. That's a meditative vibration. That's a meditative vibration. You see, this is what they say. How did they get them stones to build in those monuments and temples in Peru, also known as the land of Heru? How did they get them stones 10, 20, 100 miles away, all the way down to where they built the megalith pyramids in Kemet, Egypt? They created vibrations which made the stones float. And they could control that vibration and where it aimed to, and aim it to specific stones. And just simply push them, tie them, and pull them. Keep that vibration on them. They would float and you could pull them where you want without any effort. And this is science. This is reality that they don't want us to know or benefit from. And when I say they, I mean the people like the film They Live. Those people that aren't really people. Those people that are peopling, but they're not really people, but they peopling. And so this meditation is a conscious competence thing. You want to be consciously effort toward freeing your conscious mind. Should we be connecting our conscious mind with our subconscious when we do this?
I'm sorry?
Should we be connecting our conscious mind with our subconscious when we do this? When we want to connect to the spiritual world?
What automatically happens is the conscious mind believes it's simply the physical. But once you close your eyes, anytime you close your eyes, that's a glimpse of your truth. You're simply consciousness. And the more you get used to a form of meditation that resonates specifically to you, the more you understand yourself as this subconscious. The subconscious is what we're calling it because we don't regard it as our truth. We're 95% are so-called sub. We 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 become conscious of who we are completely the longer more you close your eyes. You start to understand the physical realm as an illusion because you are always inside. You realize that no one can change what's outside, no matter how difficult it is. You have to understand you're the projector. So when you go in, you become what we're calling conscious. Subconscious is really the main, but because of life program since we've been born, we believe that it's second to our main conscious. I don't know if that makes sense. we really are the subconscious. We really are
Yes, yes.
greater.
Soul
Powerful.
conscious. Mm-hmm.
That's what, when you're calling yourself God. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
goddess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a goddess because
Mm-hmm.
I know myself not just as a physical body. I know myself as an avatar. The physical body is just a tool that I've materialized in the physical realm to exist in pain, or else most people won't see me.
Yeah.
Those who have eyes to see me
Mm-hmm.
won't need to see the physical version of me. I've created, because lastly, are you the physical body? You know, like as a nurse, people have phantom leg pain after amputation because
Yeah.
that leg still exists.
Your conscious is still aware of that destination. In other words, you have a programming that you'll have arms. You have a destination that you'll have arms, fingers. In fact, let's clap it up for Delphi Priestess for bringing that up, because what we're speaking about is using meditation, purposely using meditation, consciously, competently using meditation in order that you can consciously communicate with and receive communication with, and even be in the spiritual realm. And what she just said is totally a very important perspective, because it's called Rakit in ancient Kemet, the ancient teachings of which was taught throughout millenniums. It's called being Rakit. Being Rakit is like when you're able to be in this realm and a spiritual realm at the same time with purpose. So when you're saying that we're doing meditation to awaken ourselves to the spiritual realm, that means that possibly, and I say for sure, a high level of our consciousness is already aware that it's in the spiritual realm, and that probably a small, minute piece of us is in this realm. You know, like you were saying when you first started to bless us with your wisdom, it was like you were saying that, you know, this is the dream world. This is Maya. This is the world of illusion. So how much of us really needs to be in this, aware of this conscious world? It's like the longer I stay in this apartment, right, the more narrow my consciousness gets. But when I go outside, it expands.
Yes. Outside would be meditation.
So
because then you understand you're not limited to the apartment.
So,
And then,
well, where you were saying that there's a phantom leg, a phantom limb, like someone gets their leg cut off, blew off, whatever it is, their finger. And you said, but somehow they're still aware of that. It's like a phantom one. They're even trying to do things with it, or they feel it. It's like a human being feels it.
They've shown experiments where they'll turn off the light and the person will literally be able to feel someone touching the phantom leg.
That's amazing.
The leg is gone. I mean, if you want to get really deep, when I started this journey, it was through YouTube, through the near-death experiences.
Yeah.
And a lot of people came back and said, if you wanted to, if you knew, instead of all these artificial legs, arms, you literally regenerate your own leg half and
Oh, you know,
you
that's
God.
woo.
You are
This
God.
okay, look.
You are goddesses and gods. You can re-assimilate the body.
The regenerator. Delphi Priestess, the regenerator.
Everybody's a regenerator.
We agree to disagree. Not everybody got it. Not everybody got. Now everybody can do all these amazing, not even close, man. Get on the court with Michael Jordan and watch him show his ass. You ain't gonna ever want to get on the basketball court again. I don't believe that because that's not the way the reality is. I believe there's chosen ones, and especially a lot of people with dark skin have these highest potential of all these. That doesn't mean they do it. That doesn't even mean their destiny is to do it. But I believe you, me, are ascendants because I believe we're reincarnated from the future. Those that are reincarnated from the past are incapable of certain things as us. We're not better than them. It's just that we have a higher calling, and we're incarnated here from the old future, the age, the coming golden age. And the reason why we were reincarnated back to this time, I don't believe I know this for myself, is on a mission. We're on a mission to awaken the world back up to the golden age.
Have you heard of the Shambhala?
Yeah, but let me finish this part. I haven't did much studies since the 90s on that. I used to study it a lot back then.
It just came through. I don't know what the Shambhala is.
Well, check this out.
Shambhala is what you're talking about.
Okay, hold on just a second. I want to say that we still have the energy in our genes active of consciousness that is closed down on those that are reincarnated from the past. So those abilities and that awareness has closed down and become dormant, known as junk DNA, within those that were incarnated from the past. But those of us that are incarnated from the future, golden age, that's when the reawakening comes, where everyone has these, the majority of everyone has these powers, right? So we still have things awoken in us, and we were sent here so those vibrations could still be in the world. But those that's incarnated from the past, that's why it, contrary to what people expect, that's why blacks of the diaspora are more conscious than Africans. That's why Africans are more like programmed to be in this realm and success in this realm. That's why Africans come over here in the United States and Canada, and they do better than Caribbean blacks and American blacks because they've been dumbed down to be performers in the physical realm, like predominantly. Their spirituality has been dumbed down to like religion. Now we got a lot of them waking back up right now, but we know who influenced them with that, us. And I'm not talking down on them. I lived in homes as children and as teenagers with Africans. I'm not like the other African Americans talking shit. I lived in the Caribbean longer than Caribbean blacks here. So I got the right to speak on either or. I've lived in Africa as an adult and the Caribbean. So I know this, that the Caribbean blacks and the Latino blacks and the United States blacks are more conscious than the African blacks. But this generation of African blacks are woke. But the reason why I'm saying this is because Africa has more spiritual powers, entities, older entities than anywhere else. How about I say that? But those entities aren't active. So when you say we're communicating with the spiritual realm, the reason why I'm saying all this, and remember we titled this, and we focused the theme of this talk on communicating and vibrating with the spiritual realm. So you just spoke on how if someone's body part is cut off, it's still there consciously. So if some of our junk DNA is cut off, could it be reactivated and we have our powers reawakened?
Of course, we can activate our own lineage.
You said our own lineage?
Our own spiritual lineage.
Wow.
Some people don't understand that lineage isn't just the physical lineage, because I have lineage in the Lyran, in the Pleiades,
Mm.
in Mars, in Scorpio. Yeah, I know people are like, Scorpio. Yes, I have a lineage. So that's where we're gonna leave that. A lot of people don't go really into what is the zodiac sign. People just think of it as, oh, I'm a Capricorn. Oh, I'm a Virgo. Why? What is that lineage? Did you hear what I said?
Say that last part.
I said, I was telling them that I have a lineage in Scorpio.
Ooh.
So some people don't understand that the zodiac signs they are in or born in different houses that they're in is the makeup of the construct of their physical body and this illusion. So your lineage, depending on what's very prominent in your birth chart, is very much key to activating certain things. I'm very Scorpionic, so my lineage is Scorpio. What we would call blood lineage is in Scorpio. Very dark, very Reaper, very Phoenix, very Mars, and above the ruling planet of Mars in astrology. Because a lot of people don't know that there's ruling planets for Mars, there's ruling planets for Saturn. There's different unseen planets that rule as an infinite. And then there's different degrees. I mean, I'm not an astrologer, but I get really deep metaphysically into astrology. But I was just I digress. I completely forgot.
No, you
Oh
didn't.
yeah, activating the DNA.
I don't.
We're reacting to
It's
DNA.
funny that you said that because I don't think that we actually forget. I think it's like it's just not meant for it to come out. You know what I mean? But this type of thinking and subject matter is vitally important for everyday life. This isn't really this is applicable also to science. Let me tell you how it's applicable to science. Communicating with the spiritual realm.
Like, I feel so activated. Like, sorry.
Okay, so if we have a technohedron and we have the big technology to open the portals, the hydro, whatever the hydra that the science called, and they're opening up those huge wormholes, or those minutely small wormholes. That's actually mega wormholes. That's actually how wormholes work. The micro is big, the big is small. So it's like, that's what this is that we're talking about. Like, we have things that we perceive as problems in our lives. It's like the religious people. Yes, the phone number, Tezan, the phone number is 909-446-2388. Yes, sir. So what I'm saying is that tapping into the spiritual realm consciously and with your conscious competence is not better than doing it unconsciously. And I don't believe it's just energy we're tapping into, because the ancient teachings in ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt, and the only reason I say ancient Kemet is because I want to give a time designation, not a geographical designation. It lets you know I'm going way back is when I say ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, ancient, Sudan and stuff. It makes you know I'm going so far back. Those entities from way back then you could end up communicating with some of those. So when you say you're communicating with your ancestors, that could be your great-grandmother, your great-grandmother's, your great-great-grandfather. That's just like 100 years ago. But when you're saying, I'm going to tap into the spiritual realm, so to say, you can run into anything. Now, isn't that true? And isn't that an issue? Because you don't run into something that's going to be not allowing you to sleep no more in the regular realm. Now it didn't attach itself to you. Hold on, I'm talking to Tazan on Instagram. You can call, but how about if you get on your computer, Tazan, you can, if you get on your computer or on your laptop, then you can call with your phone. So get on your Instagram on your computer or laptop. Or if you just want to get off the Instagram for now, make your phone call and then get back on. So you just shut down your, you go to make the phone call in, talk what you want to talk. Or you can turn Instagram on your desktop and on your laptop, and then you can call in and still watch. Those are the options. That's how you call into a live stream. Okay, so back to what I was saying is, if we're tapping into the spiritual realm through meditation, we're ourselves in a high level communication with ourselves. So our conscious mind, our frontal lobe consciousness, which is more like the ego consciousness, because you're dealing with logic. Then you have your intuition, spiritual consciousness, that's your soul consciousness, coming from your heart, vibrating up here, back and forth. So you're dealing with that when you get into meditation. And so when you're saying, I'm meditating for the sake to communicate, and you're continually doing it, my thing is like, who am I communicating with? How did it affect my life? How do I want it to affect my life? Because if you don't know, if you're going into a meditation with the purpose to communicate with entities and principalities for help, for relationship, you help them, they help you. You need to have specifics, because you could run into a principality. You just, I'm happy I'm doing it. Wow. I'm communicating. I can feel the vibes. I'm hearing voices. But you don't have specific goals. You don't have specific limits either. You don't have boundaries. So it's like, now you can get taken advantage of. You can get a demonic possession, like the Judeo-Abrahamic religions would call it. Or if you just know the difference, I'm not fucking with you, but you cool. It's just like in this realm. Me and you are doing a live together because we have a good vibe, right? But we not. There's people that we could have, and we're like, Okay, so Tazan wants to join the live. If you want, I would have to send him, Tazan, I would have to send you the link. And I would prefer you to call in first. I would prefer you to call in first.
Through Instagram, probably. I see.
Yeah, he wants to join the live. I could send him the link to join, but I would prefer a call in first, communicate, express yourself a little bit, and then we can agree to send you the link. And I'm talking to Tezan. He's on Instagram. He's in the comments, everyone. check with him. And that's why I want you to call in first so that we can kind of, communicate about the subject matter. And so like I just explained to you how to call in. And you could join on IG. You can join the link. How does he join, Delphi? Can he join?
On Instagram, you could just request. It doesn't look like you have that on here.
Oh,
You could
okay.
request to join.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna activate that next time. So Tezan, I don't have I don't see.
The only other thing is, like you said, you would have to give him this link that you gave me and be willing to have him here.
Okay, it would be a little work, but I guess I could do that. I'm not interested in doing that. I would prefer a call right now. And
Okay.
yeah, next time, Tazan. So call in right now, and then let's communicate after the live stream so that you can have a link to be in the live stream for
You
our
gotta
next
feel your vibe.
for our next hour. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I want to make sure.
You gotta feel.
Yeah, I don't want to just let people. I'm not doing that right now. I can do that.
Me and him go back.
hmm Like I'll probably do that. Like my next live stream, I'll just go directly from Instagram there, for people can just jump in. You see what I'm saying? But right now, I'm using some other technology, and I prefer people to just call in. You don't have to stay on for long. And like I said, if you want, you could flip open your laptop, turn your Instagram on your laptop, on your desktop, and you can watch while you call me. You see what I'm saying? You can watch and hear the call while you're. But if you do call in and you're watching, turn the audio down on your device, on your desktop or on your computer. But back to the subject matter, we're going to have to stay on matter, because if we don't, we're going to forget, and we were going somewhere with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me share some videos with everyone. Do y'all mind? Let me see. That's relevant to this. So let me see. Now, back to our conversations about demons. It's relevant in this conversation. You do realize that, right? You remember our conversation? Yeah. This is like a follow-up talk for that talk. Everyone, we did a talk about communicating with demons, but not demonizing demons. Stop thinking of them as negative. Look at them as neutral entities that can help you, and you help them. And so we were talking about really focusing on communicating with principalities in the other realms. And that's why I said call in 909-446-2388. That's the phone number. Because you, whoever you are, can call in. And after you call in, you can log right back into your Instagram and continue to watch the live stream. But you can also communicate what we don't know about communicating with principalities. You can add to the wisdom, add to the conversation, and you will be very much appreciated. But we had a talk before about communicating with principalities, of which are deemed demons. Are that what they really are? Cursed souls. They don't have principalities that are taboo to you or unknown to you. Don't always have to be negative.
I think people confuse all of that.
They do.
Cursed souls demonal, demons, shadow people, all that's totally different things. But everyone is thinking all of it is cursed souls are those that are in purgatory. Um, purgatory, I found out literally because I do a lot of cemetery work. What purgatory is? You could be living the same lifetime over and over, go to work and thinking you're alive, but you're not.
Yeah.
You died years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Eons ago. But you think you're still in 1972.
Wow. This is the thing. This is the challenge when you like jumping into spiritual realm or whatever. It's like you're gonna realize, and remember, everyone, it's through meditation that we're getting into the spiritual realm. It's not. We're just not telling ourselves we're going into the spiritual realm. We're actually going into deep meditations. And as she spoke at the beginning of the talk, that there's different ways people use to meditate. Some people use prayer. Some people use stillness and silence and closing their eyes. Some people, as Rasta, smoke marijuana and separate themselves from the world. Some people are athletes or dancers, like Delphi Priestess said. They dance themselves into meditative states. This is nothing new. All this is ancient, right? So the whole goal is to communicate with principalities and feel energies and be empowered by those principalities and energies in the spiritual realm. What is the spiritual realm? There's different perspectives on that. How about you talk to us about that? And any of you that want to call in and say what you know the spiritual realm is, you can do that. We're here for you.
I just wanted to touch bases real quick. I don't know if that's because the thing is, like, I'm a clear channel, so the
Mm-hmm.
messages based on what you say, what I say, or whoever comes on here and says. And it goes back to Shambhala. Shambhala is a place where we've been through, you and I. You know how you say future. So like, let me see if they'll just give me that. They said just keep going. Shambhala is a place we've been through, lived through Shambhala. So Shambhala is Shambhala. It's a realm, it's a space and exists now. So we can
It's
walk
known to some
around.
people as the in inner earth.
Yes, exactly. And there's a lot of people in the origins in that space that come from Shambhala. Um, uh, I'm seeing it as a future realm. Oh, so it's a realm. We're in the inner earth, but it's a realm. I see spaceships. I see galactic wars. I see
Yep.
opposite realms.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they're showing me, like, there's a spaceship. We call them spaceships, but they're like Earth. If you knew, you can say Earth in many ways is a so-called spaceship. So the inner Earth is also a realm, a place where a lot of people are now. There's a version of us there, always there
Mm-hmm.
in Shambhala. We call it Shambhala today because there's different names today. Shambhala is a code word, actually. That's an ancient code word for people like us from the future, the past, the nothingness, wherever, because we come from everywhere. There's never one way to come in today because there's so many greater volunteers. There's those that are before us that are going to be younger. to teach us if need be, because there's so much work that needs to be done in so many different parts of the realm, galactic spaces, and it's time for a great awakening. So they're just telling you, don't forget to go into the inner realms, which is closing your eyes, spatial, like spatial cracks, spaces that we haven't interfered in it. And so it was very powerful. Like I've worked with people who feel like I have to clean them, but I don't. Carried and protect. You're so carried and protect me.
I love how you're able to channel this consciousness and give us an actual example of meditative communication with the spiritual realm. That's incredible.
Everybody, whoever sees this in the future, Shambhala, you probably should put that in the description somewhere.
Okay.
The power of
The power of Shema. That could be our next talk.
yeah, because there's realms that will come forward. I told you I'm very a clear channel. I'm in the spiritual realm right now because of that. In this, so that means anybody who believes themselves to be physical can't see me right now.
You just went to another realm right now in front of my eyes, in front of all of us.
Yep.
I can feel it. Like you're aware of things that we're not right now. Because, my mind is in logical thinking with all this technology and everything. Okay, we got a call coming in right now. Benevolence.
Give thanks.
Gratitude for calling in.
Give thanks. So I heard you guys talking about meditation and communicating with the spiritual realm through various forms of meditation. And I wanted to hear your and Delphi Priestess thoughts on meditation and astral travel or astral projection. And communicate and using that. I know some people may be using it for potentially like not the good of others, like potentially using it to harm others, or even using it to communicate with the future. I want to hear you guys' take on those two.
Wow. Yeah, we gotta go in on this because she said communicating with the future, and that's what I'm talking about. We were incarnated here from the future. We were incarnated here from the future, those of us with the higher consciousness. Tizan, you were incarnated here from the future. A vision int. You were incarnated here from the future, not from the past. From the future. And that's what the caller just asked. Allie, the caller is Alley Cat _B. So,
Yeah. One more thing I wanted to add is a lot of people that are like professionals or like athletes, entertainers, a lot of those people in those type of things, they use a meditation in a form of that to channel into their future selves that are, performing, at the optimum, whatever it is, their art, to be able to, then obviously travel in time in this current realm and meet up with that future self to execute, whatever it is that they're doing. So I'd just like to hear your guys' thoughts on that.
Wow. Yes. That's deep because, I was a boxer, football player, and track runner for years, for decades. And that was the secret to it. You got to be in your subconscious. You got to be second nature. But then the higher you go up to the higher competition, especially in kickboxing and boxing, you're like narrowing your own ability because they're narrowing theirs. You're only going to be able to perform certain things against certain people, or you're going to get knocked the fuck out. Straight up and down. They'll knock you out if you do anything outside this little. That's why when you watch these great fights, they're boring. Because if either of them make one mistake, they're going to sleep. It's going to be over before they even know it. And so that's what I could tell you about the answer her question, just that part of her question. But other than that, I'm going to let Delphi Priestess. When you...
Her thing was about OBE, out of body.
Yeah, and she just the part that's the part you could take, just the part when she said about athletes. And you could talk about that too, but I just want to put it that just like Healing Hands Massage 777, Benevolence, just like him, he's a great massage therapist. He has to be able to visualize and premeditate what his potential is, but then when he's right there with the client, he only has, he even just put a comment. He put a comment, the slightest mistakes result in destructive at the highest level. Exactly. That's exactly what happens when you, so premeditation is only so much of it. So in communication with entities and principalities and other realms, premeditation is only pre-preparation is only so much of it. Because performance is different. I want to say that.
Yeah, I mean, you said a lot. So if you're professional anything at some point, it will all come down to the smallest factors, and those stop becoming up against other professionals.
Mm-hmm. That comment is real. If you're professional in anything, at some point, it will all come down to the smallest factors. Those stop becoming small when up against other professionals. Yeah, man. Whew. Trust me, you really don't want to deal with that in combat sports. It's hard. It's like the intent. You know what? It goes back to what Delphi Priestess was saying. It's the vibe that's beating you down more. The anticipation is beating you down more than the physical hits. It's like your subconscious is picking up on all kind of and anticipating. You're like moving around each other, and everybody's making all this noise and yelling, and y'all like, and it's like, bam, bam, they hit you, bam, bam, bam. You responding, and it's like you don't even know what's physically happening.
I'm not a fighter, but I'm getting like a download of a link. As far as fighting, they said the best thing would actually be to link up with the opponent. You actually so when the opponent goes left, you go right. He goes right, you go this. You're linked in sync with him. The dance, where you know it. Depends.
I keep encouraging men to eat salad. So give us the answer, Alley Cat's question. Give us some knowledge about the out of body and
well,
the
it goes back to what I was
OBS,
saying.
what she was saying. Yeah.
The thing is, we
Astral projection.
We call it body, but it's not body.
Okay.
It's consciousness. You need to take the book. What's this? By Ophiel. He talks about different ways.
Ophil?
Yeah, I don't have the.
How do you spell that? Because I could put it in the comment section for everyone.
Let me see.
Excuse me, you guys. The reason why I eat these salads is not to be rude. But I'm trying to encourage men over 35 to eat salads when they wake up and before they eat anything else. And these salads are not fruit salads. They're actually vegetable salads with sprouts, onions, mushrooms, pistachios, and pumpkin seeds for your prostate, and for magnesium, and walnuts for magnesium. Peppermint and dill and cilantro for flavor and electrolytes and enzymes. You can put dates in it. You can put different flavors, but don't fruit it up. Don't put the first quasi meal or whatever you want to call it. Don't sugar it up, whether it's natural sugar or not. Just a little bit of fruit flavor, some berries. How do you spell it?
It's called The Art and Practice of Astral Projection by Ophiel. Ophiel is Ophiel. So you know,
Spell it again.
I don't know if I should say.
Ophil.
OPHIL.
Okay.
The
So
Art and
that's
Practice of Astral Projection by.
oh, okay. So our live just ended on Instagram. We're gonna end it, and we're gonna come back right now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I was just about to tell them